guys, it's Samoa, and welcome back to the channel. And you're probably wondering, Kai, what's the thing in your nose? I'm actually doing my skincare routine. This phase takes time, guys. Anyhow, I'm gonna talk about paints while I do my skincare routine. Because I want to be efficient and, let's beat two birds in one stone. So we're gonna talk about Arkham's transition paints, which is a very long due video. Because I've been reviewing this, I've been using this for quite some time now, and oh boy, this paints is something. So let's get to it. This video is technically sponsored by Armored Komodo Heavy Industries. They actually send me a lot of airbrush auxiliary stuff, but I also asked for transition paints, and they sent me one or two. I guess I hardly can remember for the ultimate airbrushing guide, because I want to also show you guys how to airbrush with transition paints, which for the airbrushing guide. But for this video, the majority of the transition paints you're gonna see are actually from my own hard-earned money, so you would know that this video is not technically biased. Already paid me to say something, and I want to be 100% honest with you. Contrast paints or transition paints is a different god. It makes painting easier and faster because contrast paints, transition paints, works as a glaze, but better, more fancier, more sophisticated. In glazing for miniature painting, usually you would thin down the paints with water or whatever thinning medium you would use, and use it as a translucent cover and glaze it over for your figures as a mid-tone, or sometimes to blend two colors together. It's nice, it's good. But transition paints works in like a different field. They incorporate the same rules, but they work as more as a staining glaze medium. They really penetrate it in more crevices and make more coverages than actually glazing with actually thin down paints. This is why contrast paints or transition paints is perfect for mediums that are zenithal prime. Actually, a better example for this is in digital painting, where some artists would rather paint first in grayscale, and then, because to be efficient, they would rather think about composition first, where the values are and where the lighting goes, before thinking about color, because sometimes it becomes destructive if you think color, values, and composition at the same time. Now, when artists already figure out what they want and the values are already perfect, they would do a glaze layer, which is in Photoshop. I think we just switch the layer blending options to color or multiply or overlay. Apply a color layer of any paint they want. For example, for skin, you'll put a beige or dark beige color and then apply the layer and glaze it over the piece, and voila, you have fully painted the entire piece with just one layer instead of doing multiple coats. And that's what contrast paint does. Instead of painting a miniature with so many coats, you have to do your base coat, your midtones, your highlights in one session. You just can do it with just one contrast paint with zenithal priming it. That's it. It makes really fast, easy, and efficient. Now, the difference between contrast paints and ink is like ink just it's more opaque than contrast paints. They're very opaque. Is that a word? Opaque. They does the same thing. They do stain the same figure, but they are more dry and they're not really that as fluid as a contrast paint. It has a different grip on them. While contrast paints really are best for covers, especially in miniatures. Now, I have examples here. What I do is always zenithal prime for your transition paints. They really are gonna rely on how you value the figure. Okay, you have to think about where your light goes, intensity, because if you, let's say, zenithal prime very lightly where your light is, then of course it's gonna be dark. If you zenithal like really intensely, of course it's gonna be light. So just consider logic. Now, I have here samples of dragon eggs. where I tried my transition pins. They are being Citadel Prime from the top, as you can see. As the value goes down, it goes darker. Really, contrast pairs just follow your actual grayscale medium. So that's it. Now, these bad boys cost 150. Citadel contrast paints cost 440 or 420, was it? Only half of this bottle. That's insane. That's a lot of money for paint. I would rather go to the local brands. Now, if you're telling me have you tried them, I actually have tried them. They work the same. I have actually no complaints. They really work the same. For the price difference though, it's not worth it. I had this paint session with a friend where he let me try his paints, which is majority of his paints Citadel paints. Rich kids, I know. But they really work the same. They really do. It's just I know a lot of people have complaints with these because really realistically, if you're using contrast paints or the transition paints for Armored Komodo, please do not thin it down with water. I would really highly recommend you do not ever thin this down with water, because you technically don't need to thin this down. It's already at the perfect consistency to spread it around your figure. It's already a perfect consistency on the airbrush, and it's smooth already. So why do you need to thin this down? But if you cannot really help yourself and you really want to thin this down, please do not thin this down with water. That is stupid, because it will turn dull and doesn't feel the same. It really doesn't feel the same, guys. It really doesn't feel the same. I highly recommend you use the Armored Komodo's Transition Paints Medium, which is the actual thinning for this paint. Please use this. Please. So you would gain the actual quality of the paint. Now, again, do not thin this with water. Spare me the pain and spare Armored Komodo the pain of your complaints. Why it doesn't work the right way? Because yeah, you thin it down with water, it's not acrylic. Do not treat it as an acrylic. Right now, guys, I'm demonstrating you me using transition paints with this 3D printed bust of Captain America that I did. It's not a perfect model, but it's a perfect subject for our topic right now. So I'm just laying down the first layer. This is, I think that's Prism Blue. Yep. As my base of the transition paint for this figure. For the skin tone, this is Harley Flesh. Actually, I really like this transition paint. It really does pops out with a little pinkish tone to it, and it's perfect for our basis for our skin. The base coat transition paste only took 15 minutes to done, and it's already okay. You just need to add the details, and the eyes also take additional 5 more minutes and a little bit of dry brushing, and you're good to go. Actually, this entire brush took me 3 hours. I spent more time on the face, but the rest is just like 15 minutes, and that's how easy it is. It's already tabletop ready, and I love it. Now, would I recommend this to you? Yes. Highly recommend this to you. These paint gets the job done, and they really do the justice of contrast transition paints. It makes painting faster and easier. So get it! Okay? Get it! I love these paints. They're now on my 100% arsenal, and I love them so much, and you should guys try them out. Links down below. If you want, then just go ahead, message them if you have more questions about their products. Arkham would really help you out. They're very friendly and very hospitable to their customers and their clients. And they also have the Arkham Lounge, where you can paint in an actual site and have all the access of their 300 plus paints for an hourly basis fee. Guys, go check out the Arkham Lounge. It's an amazing place. I'm always there hanging out. I'm trying to find a schedule. Maybe next week I'll be there in the Arkham Lounge doing some paint sessions. But guys, if you're not so sure of buying transition paint, go try it out in the Arkham Lounge. It's just 80 pesos for an hour, and you can test all the paints that the heck you want. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please support And thank you for supporting me. Links down all over everything. And we also have our own Patreon for you guys to subscribe to and sprinkle us a little dola as a support for this channel. But yeah, thank you for joining me in my how do you call this skincare routine while doing transition paint review. This product pass. If you guys also, by the way, if you guys also want me to do a comparison video, because I also have I'll guys show you, I also have some of Hyro Paints' power paints, which is also a contrast paint derivative from Citadel. If you want me to do a comparison video together with the Citadel paints, let me know. But I'm still waiting for Hyro, I guess, because right now I only have 4 colors from them. I don't have enough colors to fully test out the Hyro paints so far. Let's see, you'll never know. Maybe Hyro Paints will sponsor me some power paints. Anyhow, but yeah, just let me guys down below in comments, whatever. Let me know. And guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Be forever awesome. I love you. Go ahead and message them. Get more questions. Arkham would really help you. Customers and your clients and your